Welcome to the introductory video part 5 for the Warehauser open source project. This video is intended for software developers interested in learning how Warehauser can simplify and enhance the development of warehouse management systems, or WMSs. Warehauser is published at github.com/warehauser/warehauser and is offered under the Apache 2.0 license. It is developed using the Python programming language and the Django web development framework. It is assumed you are familiar with both these technologies, but if not, we provide some useful links in the description of this video where you can find more information and access their broad community for support. In the previous video, we learned how to use events and event processing to simulate a purchase order. We concluded with our warehouse in the state shown here. Our bin A01-01-01 contains a quantity of 1 chocolate bar. We have an empty package and a completed purchase order event. Now a customer with a sweet tooth places a customer order for 1 chocolate bar. It is time to spring into action and send the customer his order. So I have the Warehouser server running as before, and in the logic demo rest to demo.http script, I have the next event up ready to go. Notice that we're still going towards the /API/event-defs do spawn endpoint, but we're passing in the customer order event def ID to create the customer order. And our event payload is, so we have a value which is a descriptive value that provides the address and the customer name. We declare the warehouse that we are where the event is taking place, which is our warehouse, and we provide an options field with an array of items. There's only one item in this array because the customer just wants one quantity of product type chocolate bar. So let's run that. And we see that we have first of all, a customer order event. The warehouse is the warehouse, and we have our items, which are a quantity of 1. And if we look at this, we will see in the database that the product def, well, it's the chocolate bar product def. So now we have a customer order. Next, we need to collect the order item from the bin. And to do that, we will send a transfer event. So here's the transfer event body data payload. We give it, again, a descriptive value. And in the options, we define a definition of the chocolate bar. So we want to transfer chocolate bars from the warehouse that is the bin A01-01-01 to the warehouse, which will use the same package as before, and a quantity of 1. And the parent event to this transfer event is the customer order because it relates to the customer order. So we'll just run that, and we can see that the The definition is a transfer event. Its value is this descriptive value here. Its options are, this is the definition, the from, the to, the quantity, and we have a result because the transfer event, the proc name down here, it called a procedure from the tasks.py. It ran this transfer function, and it puts it into the options field, its result. So now we have our package with the chocolate bar inside, and after some time passes, a new truck arrives at dock A to collect the package. So the next event must be an inbound event of a warehouse of type transport to arrive at dock A to have a license plate number of XYZ098 and to be in pursuit of the customer order that we created before. So let's run that script, and we can see that we have an inbound event. The definition, if we look at this in the database, we warehouse defs, if we go like this, we have it's a type transport. Its parent is the loading area, and it has this descriptive value here. And it's the parent of this event is the customer order from before. Now that the truck has arrived at dock A, we need to load the truck with the package that contains the customer order, which is another transfer event. We give it the descriptive value, and we are taking from warehouse the package to warehouse the transport number 2 in pursuit of the customer order from before. So when we run that script, we get a new transfer event, and the result is to warehouse. Well, actually, let's take the from warehouse. From warehouse, copy that. We go to the database. We see that it is a package. And if we go over here to the parent, we see that the parent is the same as the to warehouse, but what that to warehouse is, so when we go back over here, it's the transport. So the package is now in the transport, which is the XYZ098 license plate transport. So now the truck is loaded up with our customer order package with the chocolate bars contained therein. We want to send the truck with the package on its way to the customer. Just as a quick recap, we still have the transport warehouse with the package warehouse in the transport, but we also have the product of chocolate bar, which is contained within the that package. So the product's in the package, which is in the truck. So let's go back to our next and final event. We have an outbound event because the truck is leaving. So we are saying we give it first of all, the descriptive value. We are at the dock A because that's where the event is taking place. And In the options, we say that the warehouse that is outbounding is the transport number 2, and its parent is the inbound of transport number 2 event. And there is no to warehouse, so it's just going. It's leaving. It's not being transferred from one to another, from one warehouse to another warehouse. It's outbounding. So if we run that, we get an outbound event. Its parent is inbound because that was the inbounding of the truck. But if we now go back to let's go back to the product. Product, we'll just refresh just to make sure, get rid of that. Oh, there we go. We do have a product because that is actually in the bin. That's a residual product in the bin. You can get rid of that if you want, but there used to be 2 products, one for the package and one for the bin. And if we go to warehouse and we refresh that one, we see that we don't have either the transport or the package. Those 2 used to be there, but they're now gone. So now our transport has gone and we have another satisfied customer thanks to Warehauser. This concludes our developer introductory series. But remember to subscribe and hit the bell notifications for future advanced features and announcements videos. And remember, happy warehousing!